Hey, what's up everybody, primusprime22 here, bringing you another video, and this video is going to be a little bit of an experiment. So recently PewDiePie did a video about the 16 personalities quiz thing, and I know about that quiz. I had to take it a few times in high school, and I had some questions about how much I've changed recently, or rather, is primusprime22 a different personality than me in my natural state? Because I wonder about that. I wonder how different primusprime22 is from the actual me. Because the actual me doesn't talk this much, the actual me doesn't deal with that many people. So I think it'd be interesting to take a look, see what sort of bacon we're cooking with here. So I'm going to take that personality test, what's it called, Megs, Bryson? I don't know what it's called. I've read it. I haven't actually heard it pronounced. I haven't heard it said enough times to get it in my brain. I just remember something eggs, something personality test. That's why I've been calling it the 16 type personality test. But I'm going to take this test. I don't go into primusprime22 thinking I'm going to go into a different personality. I just sort of do it. And I was wondering if maybe the mentality I have when I'm being primusprime22, if that changes my answer. Because I've taken this test around 7 times in my life, and I've always gotten the same exact answer. Some people get different, sort of similar personality types depending on how they feel when they take the test. And I know there's going to be some of you out here that are going to be like, oh, Primus, the Dregs Hryson personality test doesn't mean anything. It's just crap. It's just that sort of backlash, this sort of outlash, is that a word, against the personality test sort of comes from people misinterpreting what the test actually means. It's more a generalization. Someone with one personality type isn't going to be exactly the same like someone with another personality type. So that's something to keep in mind. So if any of you Secretary Suzzies out there, because I know there's going to be one of them in the comments, chill. Just chill. I'm going to go take the test, see if I get the same result I got all the other previous times I've done it. You'll learn more about my personality in a natural setting, which may or may not be a good thing. But let's get right into this. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. Very, very much so. You often get so lost in your thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings, yeah? Especially in class. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible and cannot stand a messy inbox. That's actually not... I can work fine with I can't work fine with a messy inbox, but it's not how I use my email much anyway. You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when there is some pressure. This is tough. Maybe a little bit. I think I have a higher stress tolerance than most people. You do not usually initiate conversations. Definitely true. It's very rare if I initiate a conversation. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. I do a lot of stuff just out of sheer curiosity. You feel superior to other people. I don't like how they worded that, because it makes you sound sort of evil. But if you think about it, most people aren't literate, don't have access to free education. There are people... We're not exactly a sort of high economic class, but there are people lower than us. So, sort of in that regard, superior to other people. I feel superior to, like, the lowest of the low-type people, certainly, so sure. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. You have to be adaptable in some cases, but being organized is also important. I'll go with this. You're usually highly motivated and energetic. Not really, no. If I'm motivated about something, I'm going to be energetic about it. But if I'm not going to be energetic. And I don't know what determines what I'm motivated for or anything. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure no one gets upset. Absolutely not. Like, what, is someone going to say the sky is tangerine green? I'm like, no, it's blue. You're hurting my feelings. I'm sorry, you're right. The sky's tangerine green. No, I'm not. Who cares? You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. Kinda? But It's just a lot of people are stupid and think some things are common sense aren't common sense. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. A bit. My desk is clean. I can't work in something that's too dirty. You don't mind being at the center of... Nope. I know it's ironic being a YouTuber and pretty much always being at the center of attention in my sphere, but I hate being the center of attention. This doesn't feel the same. Like right now I'm just alone in my room talking to cameras, so I don't feel like the center of attention. You consider yourself more practical than creative, a little bit. I'm not really too creative. At least not with taking creative ideas and putting them into tangible things. People can rarely no, people are stupid. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. If I ever traveled, yes. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people. Yes, I sort of have an empathy problem, to be honest. I can't read other people's emotions based on like their face or anything. Other people's emotions are, like, I ain't touching that. Your mood can change very, very quickly. Kinda. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivities. Absolutely, we've already kind of went over that. You rarely worry about how your actions affect other people. Yep, but just that's sort of more because my actions rarely affect other people, so I'm not usually thinking about it. Your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to methodical and organized approach. I plan out, especially for YouTube, I plan out everything. Now, I plan to have random energy. Well, I guess they're not random. I do it in spikes of energy, but they're planned out spikes of energy with long periods of rest in between. You're often envious of others? Not really, no. In an interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. How about always better than a social event? Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of an everyday project. Yeah, kind of. That's the foundation. You rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. No, my mind's always moving around in different areas. You know, I like to think outside the box. You often find yourself lost in thought when you're walking. Yep. I mean, what else is there to do? If someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start wondering if you said something wrong. In the past, yes, but nowadays, someone can respond to me 5 years later and I'd be cool with it. As a parent, you would rather see your child grow up kind than smart? No. The world's a pretty harsh place. Being kind isn't going to get you as far as having good know-how about things. You do not let other people influence your actions. To some degree. I don't let randoms influence my actions, but like trusted people, I'll listen to their advice if I ask for it. But if I just have a random person telling me what to do, I'm just going to throw it out the window. Your dreams tend to focus on real world and its events. Dreams kind of... If we're talking about sleeping dreams, then they tend to be out there. It does not take much time. It does not take you much time to start getting involved in social activity. Nope. You are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Not really, no. You have to have a base in order to improvise. Successfully, at least. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Nope. You enjoy going to social events. Nope. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. If it's an intriguing idea, I mean intriguing... Well, like what, you're just not going to have intriguing ideas? You would rather improvise and spend time coming up with a detailed plan? No. If you have time to make a plan, and it needs a plan, make a plan. You're a relatively reserved and quiet person, yet if you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees. I mean, if underperforming, you're sort of draining the system. You can be loyal all you want, but if you're not adding anything, I don't see why it would be difficult to fire people like that. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Yeah, pretty much. We all have to take a time to just think and philosophize. I don't know the verb. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions. Absolutely. Logic is logical, I mean. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. Kinda. I'm not strong on this one. If your friend is sad about something, and you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with it. Nope. I'll probably, if they have an issue, I'm going to suggest a answer. I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to be okay. Like, what does that do? If there's a problem, just saying it's going to be okay isn't going to make the problem go away. I have been in actually several occasions where one of my friends was just crying in front of me and I just didn't really know what to do. I don't do well in that situation. You rarely feel insecure. Yeah, pretty much. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. I can keep to something, as you see with this schedule so far. Let's hope I don't break that schedule anytime soon. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. Yeah, I mean, you can all cooperate, but if you're all wrong, you're getting nowhere. If anything, you're stepping backwards. You think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether or not they are supported by fact. I think everyone's views should be respected regardless if you agree with them or not, but if they have no basis in reality or facts, then they really have no place in the conversation. You feel more energetic after spending time with groups of people drain me. You frequently misplace, not in the past, yeah, but recently now. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. Kinda. There is some stuff that happened in my past and I'm still not ready to move on afterwards, but it's sort of come to an impasse between, control and in control. It's pretty much they pretty much cancel each other out now. So I'll pick the middle route. Your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Oh yeah. You would not call yourself a dreamer. You would not call yourself... I don't know. I don't think so. You usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of... Kinda, yeah. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experiences than your imagination. Imagination is sort of... When solving a question, experience is good for something you've already had before, but imagination is just... Imagination is experience of the future. Sort of like, while experience comes from things from the past, imagination sort of shapes the future. It's hard to explain. I thought about this. Pretty much they're both really related. Experience probably more important than imagination to some degree, but imagination does serve its purpose and it's not really useful. And I might, just because I haven't experienced most things in the world, imagination would have to be worked with. You worry too much about what other people... Nope, not really. If the room is full, you stay close to the walls, avoiding the center. Yep. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do anything. Usually there's enough time to do stuff. And typically it might look like procrastination if I plan to have rest periods before I finish a work. That's still planned. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. I mean, aren't stressful situations by in nature supposed to be anxious? You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. Again, sort of, power can help you stay safe. Being liked isn't going to help you when crap hits the fan. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambiguous things in books. Yeah, I mean, sounds interesting, especially if it's in the realm of fiction. You take initiative in social situations. Nope. Results. Alright, INTJ. Alright, every single time I've taken this test, it's always been INTJ. So let's see what we got here. 0% extroverted. Dear God. 100% introverted. That sounds about right. Energy. Intuitive versus observant. I think I might be a little bit more observant than 20%. But I do think intuition sort of comes ahead. Nature is more thinking than... Definitely more thinking than feeling. Tactics. Judging versus prospecting. Not really too sure on what those two mean. An identity, assertive. This is interesting because when I've taken this, I typically get INTJ-T, turbulent, less confident in being, just how confident we are. Yeah, I'm generally a less confident person when I've taken these exams. Geez, that's a big word for this. Or that's a strong word for this case. I typically get T, though, because in the past I've definitely been a lot more lacking confidence. But I think primusprime22, the persona, is definitely more confident than me in real life. So I think that makes sense that my answers here were a bit more assertive. One of the rarest and most strategically capable personality types. I'm good at strategy. Remember that Europa Universalis series where I just lost my first war as Lithuania? Architects form just 2% of the population. And women of this type are especially rare, forming just 0.8% of the population. It is often a challenge for them to find like-minded individuals who are capable to keep up with their relentless intellectualism and chess-like maneuvering. Oh boy, I just make John Cena dating sim videos. Imaginative yet decisive, ambitious yet private, amazingly curious, but they do not squander their energy. That sounds a little accurate. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. I am a very heavily principled person. One reflects more when they're traveling alone. Yep. Architects you might know. Samantha Power. I don't really know. Christopher Nolan. I mean, if you showed me a picture of Christopher Nolan, I couldn't point to I've never seen Christopher Nolan. Colin Powell, okay. Elon Musk, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not a tumor! Let's say what I'm strong and weak with. A quick, imaginative, and strategic mind. High self-confidence. That's interesting, because I don't think I'm generally known for my confidence. Independent and decisive. I'll take that. Hard-working and determined. Thank you. Open-minded. I like to say I'm open-minded, yeah. Jacks of all trades. I don't think so, no. Weaknesses. Arrogant. I'll honestly take that, yeah. Judgmental. I'll take that. Overly analytical. I don't know if that's a thing, though. Can you be overly analytical, though? Loathe highly structured environments. I love highly structured environments. I loved ROTC. I love the military structure. I just love the chain of command. I don't think I loathe highly structured environments. Clueless and romance. I guess I'll take that. There is not a truth existing which I fear. Okay. Question with boldness. You know, I don't feel like reading all this. Romantic relationships. Let's see how I'm going to do with Hanako, shall we? Politeness is artificial good humor. Sentiment, tradition, and emotion are architects' Achilles' heel. Social standards like chivalry are viewed by architects as silly, even demeaning. Yeah. Always remain cool. I mean, I guess. I'm cool, aren't I? They prize honest, open communication. That's true. And this must be reciprocated, yeah. If someone lies to me, I'm sort of... I'm okay with dropping them. I'm okay with dropping people out of my life forever just at a snap. Like, if I can tell that someone's sort of not worth keeping around, they're gone, they're out of here. They might not even notice it. But yeah, friendships. Let's see how I do with friendships, shall we? No person will complain for want of time who never loses any. What? Architects will keep up with just a few good friends, eschewing larger circles of acquaintances in favor of depth and quality. This is true. In college, I made a total of 1 new friend. Around 3 friends from high school still talk to me sometimes. And as far as online goes, I pretty much made my friends with all the lazy koalas, and I'm pretty much content with that. I'm fine with not expanding out of those boundaries. I'm comfortable with that set of friends. Eschewing larger circles of acquaintances in favor of depth and quality. That sounds a lot like me. Architects have exacting expectations for intellectual prowess, uncompromising honesty, and mutual desire to grow and learn as sovereign individuals. Yes, I think I've learned that my favorite people in life are those who work and those who try to grow. And if I see people just sitting there and decaying as far as work goes, as far as making progress, as far as that's what I measure moving on with life, I'm just sort of don't really want to deal with that too much. But like when I see them working hard, I really respect that. Parenthood. Let me guess. Bad. Architects are often unprepared for dealing with someone who hasn't developed the same abilities who they can't simply walk away from. That sounds true. When I was observing in an elementary school, I hated it. I don't want to teach elementary school. I hate little children. They don't have all the developed minds that higher grades have. It's just, ugh. Architect parents don't just tell their children what to do, though. They prompt them, make them use their own minds, so they arrive at the same conclusions, or better ones still. I do prefer, my teaching style would definitely be to use your own mind and come to your own conclusions. That's the most important thing you can ever do for yourself. Career paths. I'm betting you teacher isn't one of them. Yep, all these are like military strategists and engineers, not teaching. Workplace habits. Architects are independent people, and they quickly become frustrated. They find themselves pushed into tightly defined roles that limit their freedom. Yeah. Active teamwork is not ideal for people with the architect personality type. Fiercely independent and private, architects use their nimble minds and insight to deflect personal talk, avoid workplace tension, and create situations where they aren't slowed down by those less intelligent, less capable, or less adaptable to more efficient methods. That sort of applies with I hated group projects in school so much. I hate group projects, and the modern pedagogy of education is to put students with peer learning, working group projects. I absolutely hate that. That doesn't work for me. Though they may be surprised to hear it, architects make natural leaders, and this shows in their management style. Yeah, okay. I guess I didn't think of myself as a leader until ROTC came around and showed me, hey, you can be a pretty good leader, so yeah. Few personality types are as mysterious and controversial as architects. Am I controversial? Do I have controversial opinions, guys? I am sorry if I do. Possessing intellect and strategic thinking that allow them to overcome many challenging obstacles. Architects have the ability to both develop and implement a plan for everything, including their own personal growth. And this bit pretty much says we're bad at social stuff. But yeah, INTJ, so this, let me turn around. So in the end, I think we learned that primusprime22 isn't really much of a persona, as it is just me being more confident than me in real life. I've never gone INTJ-A. I mean, see, what was it? The one with that was confident. I always got the turbulent one. So maybe primusprime22 is helping me with my confidence, which I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. Thank you for following me down this rabbit hole to see if primusprime22 was a persona or not. I don't think it is now. Maybe you learned something about me. Maybe you're an INTJ out there, are you? Mr. Rare Person? And if I remember, I'll have the link to the test in the description just so you can go through it yourself. If I don't remember, yell at me in the comments to put it in. Jesus. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you like. Follow me on social media for updates. Join the Discord server to join the community. Join the subreddit. And yeah, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.